Alright, as a supplement to my review of the 1/60th scale VF-22S Maximilia type, I am going to show you how to transform this toy back into fighter mode, as I've been getting a couple of questions about that, and some things might not be immediately obvious. Alright, so we're just going to take this toy. I'm using the Milia type because the red should be easier to see. Just going to fold up the cockpit part. This all snaps in pretty easily. Just cheat a little bit and position the arms. As they need to be for the transformation back into fighter mode. As you can see, they're actually going to be... there's actually one more ratchet in that position, but you want it in this position. Just like one ratchet before the end, and that's how you want the arms to be lined up for fighter mode. And I'm just going to go ahead and retract the feet. And also rotate the legs back in place at the hip. Also, you want to click this, the knee, just one click in, so that they're positioned like this, just bent slightly inward at the knee. Alright, so here's the next part, is where we just disengage this part. Fold out the legs, or fold out the wings again. Fold out these top panels here. And just reverse the whole deal with the double bar. Again, bring it back down. And fold up the little lock in the back. And one more thing is just we're just going to spread these hand covers and pull out this engine block section. Okay, so here's the tricky part. One thing we can do right now is snap this back in place. And you're just going to fit this over in this area here. You kind of have to leave this hanging up here while you bring the arms back. And you also want to bend the arms at the elbows. Now, one thing you want to be aware of, you see the, I don't know if you can see it in the video, but the diecast bar right here, you want to make sure that this is level with the shoulder section of the Battroid mode, or the intake block right here. So make sure it's level with this, and that you have the shoulders coming over it. Okay? Yeah. Sorry. No, I was right before. Okay. And now what you're just going to do is, now that you have these over the bar, you also want to make sure the shoulder pauldron is in the little slot right here. And you're just going to push this whole thing back in, this bar here, and get the diecast bar over the screws. And just push it so that the whole thing will snap back in. There we go. And now all you have to do is just put the hands, get them out of the way, and then just get this part back in place. Same thing on the other underside. Get this back in place and just And what you also want to do is kind of get your finger in here and just spread the hands open. Okay, so this is almost done. Now here's the hard part, where just getting the legs back in place. Okay, also one more thing that's going to drive you nuts is getting these little panels on the side here out if you don't have small fingers like me. Alright, so while I'm here, I'm just going to take the time and pull out these panels on the dorsal panels, or ventral panels. Now here's one more thing that's a little harder on this one because it's tighter. It's just disengaging the die-cast block, the die-cast bar here that the legs are on. I probably should have done this before I got everything in place here. But really, it's more of a matter of just, if that part is already disengaged, you know, you can just put these back in. And now this is going to look a lot more painful on this video just because I didn't put them back in, but it's... Here we go. So what you're just going to do is you're going to push the feet in, and then we're just pushing the bar in. And also here there's this little screw hole which has a raised cylindrical portion around it, which just fits into the insole here. So you're just kind of pushing these feet, or pushing the legs forward and inward. And just align the belly plates as best you can, get these aligned. For the most part, I found that this thing actually plays pretty nice, all three of them. And yeah, this is pretty much it. Yeah, it's and then you just get the last panel here into the arms, and just fold these down. Make sure the top part is all snapped in nice and tight. And here we go. VF-22S to fighter mode. Looking pretty clean on the bottom. So I hope this was helpful. Again, I really do like these toys. They just have some interesting quirks. Alright, so this has been Andrew from CollectionDX, being your helpful guide into the world of the VF-22.